starting, man. Let's go.
Oh,
let's giddy up.
What episode is this? Hey, welcome to episode
17. Or is it 16? It's 16. Yeah.
I don't know. That's your job. Are you gonna count on your fingers and toes?
Yes,
Nope.
16.
See, he knows. Wait, who's this guy?
I don't know. Where did you come from?
Where did this guy come from?
I
What
just
is this
magically appeared.
So, welcome to Three Idiots in a Basement.
3 idiots in a basement, or dungeon, or basement, or whatever you want to call this.
We have our friend here, Mike.
Yeah.
You can find him Wicked Wellness on Facebook, Instagram.
Yep, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. And he's a member of No Finish Line Nation.
Yes.
And we had a contest going on the last couple of months, No Finish Line Nation Bingo. And Mike won.
Mike was the winner.
And his prize is to hang out with us.
I don't know if I would have chosen that, but that's all right. Good job, Mike. I love
Stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit, so
Yeah.
that's a prize in itself.
You're right. So, Three Guys in a Basement. That's the name of the show today is Three Guys in a Basement.
I like
Three
that.
guys in a basement.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
3 guys in a basement.
That could go in so many different
It
directions.
can, but we're just gonna keep it 3 guys in a basement. That's what it's
Like, I'm getting like flashes of Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah. Oh what, dude? You went down that road. Seriously?
Who's the gimp? No, I'm only kidding. So yeah, we'd like to welcome Mike here.
Yeah.
He's he's had a very similar journey to Shane and I,
Yeah.
with 3 original. I would say he's a Weight Watcher bro as well, right, Mike?
Yeah.
You started off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I started off in Connect and then branched over, yeah.
Yeah. So and now Mike's a very vocal member of No Finish Line Nation. He's always sharing and posting and doing his thing.
Yeah, integral to NFL.
That's the word. I'm like,
right?
he's
So,
vocal.
a super influencer, right? That's a good word, right?
He's just someone that the community looks to,
Right.
a voice in the community. So,
Yep.
and we're happy to have him here today.
Thank you for having me. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Still trying to get used to the whole lighting thing.
Yeah, isn't it fancy?
Oh,
The
yeah,
studio's
this is fancy.
fancy.
We have a full-blown studio down here, man. This is the big deal. The big deal.
Yeah.
Big time.
He also, I'm sure Mike's not comfortable. I'm very close to him.
Yeah.
But
You guys are kind of cozying up.
Yeah,
I'm trying to squeeze in here. But don't get jealous, Shane.
I'm a little bit jealous. A little bit. No, it's good. It's all good. Hey, so let's start off real quick. Mike, why don't you tell us your story, right? Tell us where you've been, how you've done, and tell us a little bit about
Well,
you.
first off, it started, if I want to go really far back, I've had weight issues my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And then high school got really bad, bullying, fat shaming, well, that's one and the same. And then as I grew older in adulthood, it's just stress of life and just using that as a crutch.
Yeah.
I blew it up to 320 pounds.
Wow. No kidding.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
And then as you've seen in some of my videos, I've shown that one picture that was at my heaviest.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking seeing that. That and your wife as well is on this a similar journey as you.
Yes,
and
she is.
When I've never seen her before picture, that was like
Yeah.
mind blowing. When I
Yeah.
saw the two of you guys, I think you were at an event together, or I don't know. It looked like you were kind of dressed up, but you are a
Yeah,
snappy.
it was a wedding.
You're a snappy dresser anyway. So
Yeah.
You do look sharp all the time, man. You got the cool socks going. You got everything.
If you got it, you gotta flaunt it.
yeah,
it,
I didn't
man.
know, buddy. I like to hear that.
Yes.
And then eventually I just said enough is enough. I needed to make a change. I've said that multiple times, just like everybody else has.
Sure.
I've gone from like, there was Atkins at one point, 21 Day Fix, there was a Dukan, whatever diets. Weight Watchers is the only one that worked
Yep.
because you're not depriving yourself and made weight loss for me much easier, much gradualer, and now I'm at almost 245 and
Outstanding.
most importantly, I've no knee pain, no back pain, which is the most important thing.
Yeah. You were telling me upstairs. You said you feel terrific, right? You feel like you can fit into certain clothes, or you can,
Exactly.
or like you said earlier about cholesterol coming down and stuff like that. All the little medicinal benefits that come into play with losing weight, man. So great
Blood
job. man.
pressure,
It's awesome.
cholesterol,
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
Yep, that's
It's really
great.
cool.
And it's so we were discussing before the show, just kind of running over our journey and what we'd like to talk about today, and something very similar between I don't think you really dealt with it much, but social anxiety
Right. No, I didn't.
is something that I always battled, and it's pretty similar situation for you, and you don't really, there's so much baggage that goes along with that weight, because we're all, our vice is food, it's not drugs or alcohol. For some people it's all three.
Right.
Food, drugs, and alcohol. But for us, it's the food that we dive into to deal with these things. And once you start dealing with the food issue, it opens up so much more, and you start realizing all this other stuff that you're dealing with and why you're eating when you eat, and you kind of start to discover the real you.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, like we were talking before, like sometimes in the journey you don't know who you truly are until you take that step. And this process keeps going on, and then it's, this is who I am.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was getting into this stuff. I would say that I would never be wearing skinny jeans, and look at me now.
Nice. Nice. I don't know if I could ever put on some skinny jeans, but good for you.
I'm actually wearing no pants. So
whoa!
That's no, but it's true. It's there's so much involved with when it comes to weight loss and wellness and the whole journey. The transformation is so much more than just physical. There's so much mental transformation. That's the biggest thing. And once you kind of give into letting your old identity go, and because for a lot of us, you hide. When you're the fat kid, you kind of you picked last anyway. Exactly. So usually, you're the butt of the joke. So rather than being the butt of the joke from somewhere else,
you make your own jokes.
Right. You make yourself the joke. So you're the funny guy. You're the funny guy. You learn to be the funny guy.
Exactly.
If you eventually do get picked to play a sport, it's usually that's the big guy. So he's gonna you become the big guy. We want the big guy because he can block. We want the big guy because he can do whatever, get in the way of, depending on whatever sport it is. So eventually you become that guy, and then as you are on that journey and your body starts to change, and you start to lose the weight, and you're not the big guy anymore, or as big as you were.
Exactly.
And you start to really learn a lot about yourself. You know? So it's a pretty amazing thing.
I think just from an outside perspective, so you guys have similar paths on that whole social anxiety piece, right? The piece of just feeling you're not being able to come out of your shell or those kind of things until you can finally get to the place where you feel that way. I would have never thought that from an outside perspective, right? From the fact that you're out there on social media all over the place, right? Mud Hustler and everything else, and you're out there posting videos of yourself, and whether you're on the back patio just talking about life's journey or struggles, ups and downs. So kudos to you guys to be able to get there, but it takes a while to get there, right? I mean, it takes a lot to be able to put one foot forward to be able to get out there and make it happen.
I feel like once I decided, it all stems from the whole recipe thing for me. So I wouldn't really say I was very vocal about what was going on in my life and my journey and all that stuff, weight loss. But I was vocal with the recipes, and they were helping a lot of people. Yeah. So once that started, I started kind of just sharing it all. And when I decided, hey, I can help a lot of people. And there's a lot of people that were reaching out to me, email or message or whatever, saying, what you said really hit home, or what you're doing. I showed my husband what you're doing, and it's got him to start to take a look at his health and he's asking for help now, and he's looking. Or my son thinks it's not cool to go on a diet or to go to Weight Watchers or whatever it is. And I'm showing him you and what you're doing. Look at this guy with the tattoos, and he's eating a gigantic waffle. Right. And this is you can approach it that way. Right. So once I realized I can help all these people, I said, you know what? I can't hide anymore. I'm gonna share this, try and help as many people as I can, and then live outside my comfort zone. And I just continue to push it because your comfort zone has to keep growing. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because that comfort zone, once you get comfortable in that spot, you got to push it a little further, and it's such an experience of growth, I think, as a person.
You feel the same way?
Yeah. Absolutely, because I was complacent for so long, and then the more confident I got, the more bolder I got. The more bolder I got, the more chances I took.
Sure,
it's true. I'd say you're pretty bold.
If you said this 2 years ago, I'd be in front of a camera.
Right. I know.
Posting on YouTube. I would have told you you're crazy.
So we just came from a meetup that Mike organized, North Shore meetup in the Boston area.
I've never done.
Right. And that's a big step. It's all a part of growth. It's part of transformation. There's just so much more involved. It's not just weight.
Yeah.
There's so much more involved.
I think the reason it's important to talk about this, though, is there are a lot of people in the community that are out there that hide, right? That, like we talk about all the time, the people that, whether they don't really put themselves out there and they don't really challenge themselves, just to go out there and make things happen, because you never know who you're going to impact, right?
No, you don't.
You never know what kind of life you're going to change, what kind of person you're going to make an impact with, or whatever. And if you can, if any advice that you can take from these two guys right here is, go out there and just put yourself out there sometimes. Talk about your story. Because even if you're in the beginning stages of your story, you're 5 pounds down or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You took the plunge to be able to go and make that happen. You took the first step. You're well on your way, and that takes a lot of courage and a lot of things to do. So good job, guys, man. I like that, man.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, Shane.
Well, I'm just saying, so what I am is I'm the moderator, guys, right? I'm here going, hey, guys, so let's talk about this real quick.
Let's talk about that fancy shamrock I gave you.
Oh, yeah.
Why isn't it flashing?
Am I supposed to make this thing flash?
Yeah, there's a little button underneath.
Oh,
Now it's a party.
yeah.
Now it's a party.
So now we're going to set off, if you're epileptic...
Oh, that's true, yeah.
We're gonna get a disclaimer here.
That's all right. That's
Yeah, you don't want to get sued.
Yeah, I don't think you can really tell too much on the. A little bit you can.
It is. We are a few days away, right?
It's not that far away. St. Patty's Day is great.
Yeah, it is. Everyone's Irish on St. Patty's Day.
That's another thing we need to talk about. Do you guys eat like certain foods on St. Patty's Day? Are you guys? Is it another eating holiday for you or no? Is it? So I drink.
I still have corned beef and cabbage.
I don't.
See?
Yeah. So
I'm Irish.
Oh, you are?
Oh, I'm Irish, yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. Look at that.
Then boom.
Thanks for letting us
Irish and
know.
English, so yeah.
Corned beef and cabbage.
okay.
That's your meal of choice on St.
St. Patrick's Day, yes it is.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. So I'll do.
I won't touch Guinness though.
No Guinness.
You don't like Guinness?
It's like bread.
Oh, you're not an Irishman.
Oh, but do you like any kind of stouts, or is it just Guinness you stay away from, or do you like darker beers, or what?
I usually stick with Smithwick's.
Oh, Smithwick's, yeah, man,
Smithwick's.
that's nice, very nice.
You guys lost me.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because we were talking beer talk.
I'm a Scotch drinker.
You are, well, so am I. But come on, man.
You and your fancy smanchy microbrews.
Microbrews and
Pinky out, pinky out. We talk about our beers.
What I will do is, I remember, I am not Irish, but we would have green bagels. My dad would go to
Cats.
the absolute greatest bagel on the planet Earth. Cat's Bagels in Chelsea, Mass. Where the original pizza bagel was invented, and they would do the green bagels. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
Another thing you would never know unless you're an FLN. Small world. We never crossed paths before this, but John and I grew up in the same town.
Imagine that.
Same city.
Right down the road. That's crazy.
Never knew, but look at this. Here you are in my studio.
The studio.
We're sitting awfully close to one another. But yeah, grew up in the same town, and
as long as Careless Whisper doesn't start playing, we're good.
Whoa, we've got to break that out now.
I might have to.
I may have to edit that in a little. Saxophone back up. Yep, that's what I'll do.
But yeah, the green bagels was always a thing. That was about as Irish as I got for St. Patty's Day. But now I do. I mean, and I'm sure I'm going to post one. I did a Lucky Charms big ass waffle last year. Green big ass waffle with Lucky Charms, and I did green donuts. I think.
Green donuts.
Oh, pistachio. I did Bailey's pistachio donuts. They were green.
I may have to figure out how to make a shamrock shake with devotion.
There you go.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So what do? You do cabbage and corned beef?
Yeah. Most of the time we go down the road with cabbage, and because Gavin loves it. He loves the corned beef and loves it, but only once a year. Like he won't eat it any other time. I can put it on a sandwich. I can try to slice it up. It's like just on St. Patty's Day.
Don't hate me. I'm gonna be a little honest right here. You might hate me. Some of you guys might hate me. You guys might hate me too. But the food thing on St. Patty's Day is not a big deal for me. I mean,
I kind of hate you a little bit.
Well,
I do.
I mean, when's the last time you were like, hey babe, what do you want for dinner tonight? And she's like, Irish.
It's more of a family breaking bread thing than it is the actual food.
All right, see, I don't know.
It's like you're social. Like you said during Christmas time when you have like the big meals and everything else during the holidays. St. Patty's Day is more of just getting together as a family and eating some good boiled stew, boiled dinner, or whatever else you got going on, man. It's
cool. How can I take absolutely every ounce of flavor out of this food? I'll boil it.
Right?
I'll boil it.
Yeah.
I don't know. The bean still has some flavor to it.
Yes. Listen,
I'm only playing. I told you guys you would hate me.
All you people that want St. Patty's, write him letters, send him messages.
I'm only playing. Go eat a green big ass waffle.
That's true. I make green eggs. Make green eggs, but not anymore. No, not anymore.
Are you Sam I Am?
I am Sam I Am. We make green eggs and ham.
Yeah.
Yep, we do.
Do you eat it on a boat?
No.
Do you eat it with a goat?
I wouldn't mind breaking bread with the goat.
That's true too. That's true too. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
That's a Tom Brady reference.
Yes, in case you don't know.
You're not New Englanders.
In case you don't know.
Wow, this is. I gotta tell you, between the three of us,
Yeah.
we might need subtitles.
What did I say?
Because we're packing the cars.
There is some serious accent
Oh yeah.
because I think yours is just as heavy as mine.
Oh yeah.
Right, and I'm
Shane's-
usually removed, but when I
Shane's
get
like-
around everybody, it comes back.
Shane's like kind of pronounces the S,
Right.
but I think listening to you, I feel like we sound just as
If I
horrible.
have alcoholic beverages, that's when the accent comes out from me.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah.
Well,
that's usually. An issue.
There's you could take the most intelligent person on the planet,
Mhm.
and when they speak with a Boston accent, they sound like they are not as intelligent as
Not at all.
I thought you were gonna say they sound so smart, dude. They sound so
No.
smart.
There's nothing. That's why it's just I don't hear it until if you listen to it like on TV or something, like you get the news anchor in Boston and he's like "Arr, arr, arr, arr."
Yeah.
and then he's like, let's take it to the street.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy in the street's like, yeah, that car, he just drove right by me.
Yeah, he just float off, kid.
And you're like, wow, that guy sounds like an idiot. And then you're like, oh my god, that's what I sound like.
That's what I sound like.
So
yeah.
forgive us.
Yeah. Please do.
One day we'll have the subtitles
Subtitles.
when we get fancier.
I know that's a step up. We gotta wait till we get there, man.
So the corned beef and cabbage isn't an issue for me. This isn't eating holiday for me.
That's great, man. It's good for you.
Now Easter.
Easter's another one.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta get down on Easter.
No, what do you eat on Easter? You eat a ham? You eat ham for the most part, or what? What do you guys do?
It depends.
Green eggs and ham? Sam-I-am?
Depends.
What do you eat on Easter? What's your meal of
It
choice?
changes depending on the household I'm at.
Okay.
Sometimes it's ham, sometimes it's roast.
Okay.
Roast.
Back in the day, there'd be some
What kind of roast? Like a roast beef?
roast beef, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
We're talking foods here, man. This
See,
is
you
good.
guys are another planet than me. For me, it's like, first of all, when you're an Italian, every holiday involves pasta.
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 If it's Thanksgiving, if it's
Yeah.
Easter, whatever it is, there's a pasta involved.
Right.
Pizzagana?
What's that?
Was it Pizzagana?
Pizzagana.
Pizzagana.
Yeah, see, you grew up in Revere, so you know all the Italians.
Oh, yes.
So
I have the unfair advantage right now.
I gotta say, the city that Mike and I grew up in is pretty heavy Italian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But that's why I didn't know. I didn't know you were an Irishman.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, now you know.
Nah. But we'll have, we do have the ham,
Right.
or a lamb. Sometime my mother-in-law will make a lamb and a ham.
Oh wow. I do.
But of course, there's going to be like, 70 pounds of pasta involved too. Homemade ravioli or homemade gnocchi or whatever, There's always a pasta involved. So Easter is an issue. The candy, I'm okay. My only issue with candy is if you put any sort of Cadbury product in front of me,
Oh no.
I turn into a fiend.
Yeah.
Cream eggs is it's one of the mini eggs for me.
The mini eggs,
Oh yeah.
if I open a package, that package, I might as well just
It's gone.
inhale the package.
It's
It's gone. I cannot stop.
It's gone.
There's something wrong with me. The Cadbury cream eggs, I don't know if it's because it's a
Texture.
from when I was a kid,
They're
You know-
overrated to me.
overrated.
Yeah.
I just think it just brings me back to a time like being a little
Gotcha.
kid because I loved them as a kid.
Yeah.
They're super sweet and stuff, but
I think Opie,
my mouth is watering right now.
Opie feels the same exact way up there, man.
Yeah, that's not Opie. That's Daisy. So,
Opie's in taste.
so because we have the house to ourselves and there's nobody to take care of the dogs,
Yeah.
they're in the crate and Daisy is not happy.
And we're not having any attack the tables
No.
just
No.
tonight, but we're
But
It's no special if when an animal's attack.
no,
no.
it's
It
not.
is not. Good point. Good point.
But no. So the candy isn't as big as an issue as the food.
yeah.
I think I left the door open. That's why we can hear.
Oh really?
Let me go check.
Well,
You hold it down while I check.
He's going to have a step out. So while he steps out real quick, we wanted to move into another topic that we're going to talk a little bit about is around John and I, as you have heard on previous episodes of Two Kitchen Tables, we talk a lot about different eating plans and different ways of eating and different things you might be doing, whether it's keto, whether it's Weight Watchers, whether it's whatever it is.
Wow, I was gone for 2 seconds. We moved on from Easter.
Yeah, we moved on.
What the heck?
Right.
What did I miss? I wasn't done.
So I'm moving to the next one. Listen, you're living your glory with the whole Cadbury eggs, man. So we talked a little bit about a few episodes ago about how John and I, we felt a lot around the whole freestyle piece and things like that or whatever, and how it was really tough for us to be able to live in that space. But this guy's a living, shining example of really liking this program
Yeah.
and really how it goes.
So
right?
that's perfect. It's awesome because we want to hear from someone that is successful with freestyle. Because
Right.
Shane and I both have not been successful with it and have moved on from it.
Right.
Are doing our own variation of it. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah. An iteration of some sort, but this guy right here does it. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about it, man.
Yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot easier for me because I had this experience with the other programs. The counting, or the measuring of the meat, for example, the chicken. I cut myself off at 6 ounces, and
Sure.
it's something I'm accustomed to. It's pre-programmed into my head. If I didn't have that experience before, I would go nuts on it like other people would have.
So
Yeah.
portion size isn't an issue for you.
No.
Because you're already,
All right, now-
wired that way, right?
This is
Yeah,
I don't
I'm wired that way.
I don't
Okay.
want this to turn into a big heated debate here. Like you said, it's like East Coast West Coast rap.
It is a rap battle. Yes.
It's a rap battle.
Anytime freestyle is brought up on No Finish Line Nation or any social media site,
Yep.
it is anti or pro, and they go nuts.
They do.
But you just totally solidified one of my points with freestyle, which is portion size.
Yeah.
Now, I think it would be responsible if it did say in the Weight Watcher handbook said a normal portion size of these foods is 0 points.
They do a bit. If I can speak freely
Yeah,
about them,
please do.
They don't do a very good job marketing it and pushing that, because if there was a little extra layer of knowledge, it would help a lot of people along the way.
Well, I think that the responsible thing would be to, it sounds like my kids at home. The responsible things would be to, after a normal portion size or a normal serving, that if you have more than that, then it would be points. It would
Right.
be considered points, and you need to count that. But that's not the case.
No.
So it's sold as no measuring, no tracking.
I still track it, even though it's 0 points. I still
No
put it on
counting.
You still put it on, you still
yeah.
track it. Yep. Yep.
Foods,
So keeping
foods that
myself-
are on the freestyle list. There's no measuring, tracking, or counting. You, for instance, just said I track it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He tracks it and he portions it.
You also portion it.
Yep.
So that is like measuring or weighing.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, not to pat myself on the back or anything like that, but this is my argument. Everyone that I know that's having success with freestyle is doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But I feel like it's not sold that way.
No, it's not at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like, why would you take... Now, I've been through many different systems and changes, from points to points plus to smart points with freestyle. And I'm fine with change.
Yeah.
This isn't a like, I refuse to change type thing. This is a,
Right.
I tried it, I followed it the way it was intended, it did not work for me. So if I'm gonna measure and track, and after one serving size portion, give points to a food, why wouldn't I just go back to the smart point system pre-freestyle, which worked so well,
Yeah.
and there was no issue with it?
Right.
And it's not like the points they allotted you for that. It's not like it's a huge difference compared to the 0 point foods. Like chicken was it 1 point for 4 ounces for the chicken? It's not that big of a difference.
Right. But well, when you're calling it 0, but it's still one. This is the issue, right? So you took my points down.
Yeah.
Am I going too much?
No,
into-
no, you're not going
So
too
you
much
cut
into
my
it.
you cut my points, right? But you tell me these foods are 0 points: corn, beans, chicken, eggs,
Right.
all these fruits, all these vegetables. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat those foods.
Yeah, you're gonna have like a big bowl of those foods.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Not only that, my recipes alone.
Yeah.
I mean, look at you're giving these people, hungry people.
Oh yeah.
We have food issues.
Right.
We're making dough out of 0 point foods, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're making pizzas
It's true.
out of fat-free yogurt
Yep.
and flour and eggs, and so I think it's irresponsible. I found myself, like, my big ass waffle recipe, for instance, was an egg white,
Right.
and not an egg.
Yep.
Because egg whites were 0 points. Eggs were 2 points. So now I'm throwing an egg in there.
Right.
and I'm having an egg with it or two, because there's 0 points.
Correct.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just I can't. It's something I couldn't wrap my head around, and I still don't understand it.
Well, so for me, so it works for Mike, right? But he does it very similar to how you were saying.
Yeah.
For it to work in our mind, you would still have to have things under control. You still have to be able to track, be able to monitor, be able to do those kind of things. And again, we're not saying that one way is correct or one way is not correct or whatever else. Whatever works for you is what works for you.
Yes.
So whatever you're doing, please continue to do, because if it's working for you, kudos, keep on going on the road. But I love having a little bit of a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because it works for you, and I've seen you post before to say, hey, you know, it does work for me. This gives me the ability to, like you said earlier, not overindulge, nothing like that. But I feel in control.
Exactly. That's the key. Is control. And if like I said before, if I didn't know that from the other programs, I would not have been able to pull that off.
Yeah.
So maybe mentally, see, this still goes back to the system and the rules of the system, where they don't say one serving.
Right. They don't.
Or one portion.
Yeah.
And this was my issue, excuse me, with simple filling as well. But you're saying your experience and where you are mentally on your journey, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can control that.
I cannot do that.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe one day I will be able to. Maybe I'll never be able to. I need more structure.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that they should have different plans. They shouldn't just force one down everyone's throat.
Right.
Yeah, but they always...
They kind of do.
They always have just one plan, you know what I mean?
They do.
I just feel like this one is so loose.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And in my space, I can't play loose.
No.
I need structure and restrictions to be able to say, here you go. That's what's going to work for you. Okay, good. That's where I'm going to stick to.
Like, even when I do indulge, even when I do indulge, like, for example, if I want to get a pizza, I don't buy a whole box of pizza, because I'll eat the whole damn box.
Right.
I'll buy one slice and bring it with me, because that's the only way I can.
Because you know that if you had a box of...
It'll be a full pie, it'd be gone. Yep.
See, I know when he's saying a box of pizza, I'm thinking, he's Esposito's or Elm Street Bakery or
gotcha.
Liberto's. Is that what you're talking? Box of pizza?
That too.
Yeah.
But, like you get a pizza, a pie from Brown Jug, for example.
Yeah.
Another local reference.
Yeah.
A whole pizza like that, I could easily crush, even though it's a thin crust. You could crush it easily.
Yes.
But I don't want to, so I'll pay $3 and buy a slice, even at Bianchi's. But pay the $3, just have that slice.
Yeah.
It's controlled. I feel like I'm in control and I'm enjoying myself.
That's knowing a trigger. That's a trigger food for you. That's something you can't stop.
That's fantastic.
That's huge.
Yep.
Fortunately, pizza is not on the freestyle list.
I wish it was.
No.
But maybe next year when they roll out the new plan, it will be.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's for free.
So
Pizza style. Let's do that.
There you go. Pizza style. That's good. I like that. That was a good one. But here's my thing.
Yeah.
My thing is, if something doesn't work for you,
right,
it doesn't mean that you're broken.
Yeah. Right.
It means it doesn't work for you. It doesn't mean that the system's broken because it works for other people. So don't force yourself to follow a diet and weight loss plan that doesn't work for you.
Right.
It just, for me, it's great, and to have loyalty to a brand, or have loyalty to a system, that's great. I think that's wonderful. But if something doesn't work for you, you can't will it to work for you.
Right.
You move on and you find something that does.
Right.
And that's my whole argument.
Absolutely. No, I agree 100%. 100%. And so I'm glad you brought some of that insight, though, because for me, when I look at that aspect of it, I don't have that self-control to do that kind of stuff. So, which is kudos to you for you to be able to give yourself those guidelines and that framework for you to be able to play in the space of.
A lot of work.
It does, right? Practice, work, all that stuff, right? So, like you said, John, if you're doing something that's not working for you, but you're sticking around because you feel like you have to, or you feel like you need to be loyal to whatever it is, whether it's Weight Watchers, whether it's Jenny Craig, whether it's keto, whether it's whatever, you have family members that are doing whatever, it's okay to step back. It's okay to go, I need to change it up and go down the road of doing something that works for me, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay to do that.
And it's
all right.
It's a diet has turned into such a dirty word.
Right.
And I don't think it needs to be, because
No, it doesn't.
a guy like me needs to be on a diet.
Yeah.
But we all follow a diet. The food you intake every single day is considered your diet.
Right.
The one word I do hate when they use with diets is fad. I hate that word with
Or
diets.
fad diets. Well, there are fad. I'd say trend. Maybe trend would be a
Trends
better
would be a
word.
much better word
Yeah.
because some people, it will still work for them.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Like, some
Yeah.
people still...
So I see what you're saying. So it takes away the validity of the
Yeah.
whatever it is. I got you.
Exactly.
You know, that's a great point.
Yep, I like that. Look at that. Look at him bringing knowledge to the table.
Look at you.
Look at this, man. You should take over. It should be like Mike right back there. It should say Mike instead of 2KTM, man. What's going on?
Oh, it's gonna be 3 idiots in the basement.
Whenever you
almost-
guys want to have me.
We almost filmed this in the car.
We did. Oh, that may be soon.
That's gonna happen
That's
sometime.
gonna happen sometime. Where we're gonna be doing like some fun stuff like that. So
I think we should next time we should just wear like GoPros and like run around.
dude.
You know, you ever see the videos like strap a GoPro on the dog?
Yeah, that's awesome. We need to do that.
Let's start getting creative, I guess.
We're gonna get creative. That's right.
So we had no questions to answer this week.
No, there were nothing in the pipeline except for good luck recording and
Yeah.
have fun with it. Yeah.
So we were happy to have Mike here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you got anything else to add?
Hi, Aaron.
Oh yeah, a little shout out action, man.
Shout out to my wife, Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so one more time, just to be able to, in case you guys are interested, if you're on No Finish Line Nation or if you're on Instagram or Facebook, Wicked Wellness, right? Wicked
Yes, Wicked Wellness. It's my Facebook page. My social media's perspective of my journey. I'm an open book. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and putting myself out there in a way that I never thought I would.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out.
Yeah, give Mike some love. Wicked Wellness, Instagram, Facebook. Follow great guy on the journey. He, like you said, he's putting it all out there, being transparent, just like the two of us. So
Yeah.
I guess that's it. That's a wrap for episode
16.
17?
16K.
16.
Yep.
Episode 16. Shane usually counts. He's like,
I do. I'm usually all on top of it, but you threw me off today. I was like, oh, man.
Good thing Mike was here.
Yeah.
Episode 16. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
See ya.